What's going on, everybody? I'm back again with another video, and second video out here in Sapa. If you guys missed the first video, you can check it up here. And I'm here in my last day in Sapa, and I'm gonna walk around the area near I'm staying and probably make it back towards the downtown district since I filmed there last night. But I want to see the vibes during the daytime. And over here there are a lot of nice hotels. Not sure if the buildings are actually new, but the architecture looks pretty gorgeous. And then one thing that's curious is that almost every window, balcony of the hotels out here, they have the Vietnamese flag. Because you know, it's a commemoration of the 50th anniversary of reunification. But without further ado, join me. Here you got more, what's happening ahead of me. It's a lot of hotels around here that they develop in the street. Gotta be careful, the motorbikes and the cars, they pass by here super quick. And they don't stop. There's literally no sidewalk. It seems like it's a new building, this building, and then here's an empty space. So it seems like they're gonna develop this street that I'm walking. See another empty lot, but it seems like they're getting ready to build something. And then look at this over here. Hotels right here, and it's literally going up the hills. The good thing is I'm going down the hill, so it's a good cardio. Problem is gonna be when I walk back up. But I don't mind. I think there's also like a local park all the way towards the end. I'm not sure how far it is walking distance, but I will figure it out. Only one way to find out, which is walking. The weather out here is 74 degrees right now, so pretty nice and comfortable. Yesterday it was a little bit chilly, but today it's just perfection, not hot, not humid. To the other side is the view of the mountains, but I don't think there's a way I can cross towards the other side to show you guys what's going on. I just want to talk to see every single balcony has the flag. It's a hotel too. It's actually pretty nice. I think I was looking at some of the hotels around here online, and they had this one, but they were a little bit above my budget. But they look like they're pretty nice and decent, see? So it's like tons of hotels around here. And then in the front, you see the Cordillera, a beautiful mountain. But we're still literally in the mountain. I think we're over 1,000 meters above sea level, so pretty busy, or maybe this area is busy. I didn't got to explore this area. I can see it from a distance, like the buildings, and some of the architecture of this buildings here, it has like a European vibe, so I gotta be careful with the sidewalks because they're not well paved, and I'm literally sharing it with the street, so it forced me to walk in the street where the motorbikes are passing like this one. See? I think if I walk this side, it's better to get the view of the Cordillera and the hotels, so I might do that. Look at this. So wow, it goes all the way down there. And you see the spacious mountain. Wow, that's crazy. And look at this hotel over here, piled up in the mountains. The first entrance and then the building all the way in the back. Beautiful architecture. And in this town, they have taxis or grab car, which is like the Uber version out here in some countries in Southeast Asia. Philippines has it, Cambodia has it, I think Malaysia too, and then Vietnam. Not sure what other country has it, but you could use a grab car and it gets you around, and it's pretty, reliable. I heard even cheaper than regular cabs, you don't get scammed. You're literally out in the mountain and you got an empty space over here, so it's literally like another street over that way, so I'm not sure they're gonna build something. These are kind of like the grab cars. But yeah, let me keep walking over that way to see what else is happening. I gotta tell you, this is crazy. Like, this is, two side roads. Even the cars that go fast and they pass one another one, like they drive crazy out here. Wow, they got some cows over there. I don't know if I can capture it. There's one cow or a bull over there, and then there's another bull over there. Wow, in the hotel. Oh wow, actually the local park that I want to go is right here. It looks farther in the map, but here it is. And the name of this park is, I'm reading it right here, Moana Sapa, so it has like an arch. I don't know if there's an entry fee. Hopefully it's free. It's okay, I'll pay whatever it is, but I think it's free. Then they have a huge love sign. I see people over there hanging out, taking pictures, and it goes down the stairs so you can get views of the mountains. Then when I go back, I'm gonna walk the other street towards the downtown area and see the vibes over there in the daytime. So those were the tribes literally guiding me over there. Go this way. I'm just randomly walking, but how do they know that I'm going towards the park? They see a foreigner, they assume. There's actually a fee to get in, which I wouldn't mind. And then there was like one fee, I forget, includes a coffee and a soft drink, either one. But if I do it, I think I'd rather do it with my fiance later. But I'm looking at it right here. It doesn't look like it's really a big deal for park. So I think I'm gonna pass in that and explore something else out here. Over here, I'll see an impressive view of Sapa. I'm gonna show you guys ahead of me. Improvements, see how they paved the sidewalks over here to make it look beautiful. And over here you got the views of the Cordillera, wow. And then the downtown area of Sapa is right there. This fence over here is blocking the view. But I guess it's good because there's a safety reason. What if you have a bad fall? There's literally nothing down here, but I'm gonna walk over here. I think there's a lot of hotels, probably like a local community over here. This will take me straight towards the downtown area. Not sure how far the walk is gonna be, but we'll make it over there. That was when I'm really doing exercise and cardio. But I don't mind it, I walk a lot in New York City when I do my videos. So why not do it over here abroad, and then the weather's lovely. When Manila was like 100 degrees almost every day that I was filming here. It's perfection, so no excuse. You see, I can tell there's some like new buildings, but I like the design that they do with the hotels. Like architecture, it's nice. The only thing about these hotels over here is a little bit isolated from the downtown area, so you will have to walk or maybe take a Grab or a motorbike. But that's your choice, your preference. Here you see more going on in the street, the action. It's actually a view of the city over here. And it must be nice to wake up in a balcony and see the Cordilleras in front of you. These are all like tribal stores. The community over here, they own their own business. So they got the restaurants, and stores where they sell clothing. A little bit of everything out here. Yeah, but I never walked this area over here, but it's really cool to look at. You see how far I've come, but I got way more to go up. Here's what's gonna get pretty interesting, but I'm just loving the beautiful architecture. Here goes a shortcut for the stairs right here. Wow, look at this. This is literally steep down. All right, look how steep the stairs are, wow. Crazy. Here's a Charm Hotel. And here you see like the rocks, it's like they tore down the rocks to build buildings and hotels. And here you got the shuttle. I guess it'll take you towards the bus stop or somewhere else. But then now we're gonna go in the curve of the road. We keep going up, deep up in the hills. But no excuse. Look at this building here, the balcony, I just love it. And then we got this restaurant over here, Got a little bit of food from all over. And I'm just gonna continue my walk towards the downtown area, because there are some parts that I think I missed on filming. So I was trying to head towards a cable car. And over here, well, if you don't pay attention, you can literally fall all the way down there the hills. I'm not gonna lie, the views are just amazing. And then the place I was yesterday, I didn't went all the way to the top because it was foggy and I was scared. But I think it's over 3,000 meters above sea level, so that's how high the mountains are. But then you see, you got this view over here. So this is scary, look at this. Woo, I can literally fall down there if I don't pay attention. So not only I'm scared of heights, but I'm panicking right here because I don't have much space for me to walk in the sidewalk. I'm just gonna go hit the streets. Sapa Hotel. This is the building that has all the flags that I was showing you on the other side, and it goes deep all the way down there. So this must be like the main entrance right here. Oh, beautiful building. Must be nice inside the rooms too. Accommodation I'm staying is nice too, and the staff is being pretty cordial. They check on me. The breakfast is pretty good too. And the price, it was, I'm not gonna say it was the cheapest, but it wasn't like too expensive either. So I think it was reasonable for the price. Here we are approaching the downtown district. So you can see how the sidewalk disappears, but then it must get better ahead of me. That hill literally got me. Good cardio, so like I said, you don't need a gym here. And then also, like, if you're a fan of coffee, I said in my previous video in Hanoi, if you're a fan of coffee, then I think Vietnam is a place for you because they got coffee shops all over, tea areas, beer. If you're into beer and coffee, this is a good place for you to be, So, and here's where it gets steep, but it doesn't stop the city from having a gorgeous architecture. Massage joint, restaurants all over. Sheraton Sapa Hotel. I don't think this is like the original Sheraton, but still nice to look at. Another hotel right here. So we got tons and tons of hotels. So I'm literally looking at the map. Wow, I walk a long distance and I walk it pretty fast. But I mean, in the map, things look like it's pretty far, but it's actually not that far. Or maybe go to the city, and most of the cities in Vietnam, they're super walkable, so you don't realize, the distance you walk. Wow, they got a lot of nice hotels. So here, I think it's gonna be a tough homework to choose what hotel you wanna stay, because they got like a lot of them next to each other, and they're pretty nice, Let me show you the street scene right here ahead of me. Since it's Friday early in the morning, I'm good. Since it's Friday early in the morning, you don't see really much activity going on here. But in the nighttime, in the evening, is when the city comes out to life. Here's where the action starts. Wow, look at this. It's actually gorgeous. And you got the locals out here and the motorbike. This don't run me over. They be crazy out here with the motorbikes. Wow. No, I'm not even joking. Like, they're crazy with the motorbikes and driving around here. They don't care. So you just gotta be careful where the heck you're going, And then if you're a photographer, like about buildings and street scene, then I think Vietnam is a place for you. Like all the cities like Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, and then even this little city over here, it's like every block that I walk. It's awesome to look at. Look, over here's gonna be even interesting. Also, it has like a vibe of a tribal community with European architecture. I'll show you the views ahead of me. This is literally where I walked last night, where the lights were. So you can see how different it is, but even in the daytime, it's beautiful. Over there's like a pedestrian street that I film. I insert it in a B-roll. But ahead of me, there's like more pedestrian areas that I didn't got a chance to film properly, so I want to do it now. Here I am again, once again, going up the hill. This is where I ate my dinner last night. Piazza Sapa restaurant. Good pizza and pretty affordable. Like I said again in my previous video, for a meal for two person with the drinks and everything, it was only $17 US. So an area like this, right in the main street, and like a nice looking restaurant, in the States, it would have cost me way more money than this. Not even for one person, I would pay $17. But here, like I say, Vietnam is really affordable, so you can do a lot. And this is the street, and look at this architecture that they do here. So I'm not sure if it's like a private residential building, they have like a street art. I'm gonna try to merge into the other side and see what can I film and capture, but this is actually gorgeous. I'll show you this side yesterday in the nighttime now. Look at this side, it's even nicer. I'm gonna merge into my left, but a lot of motorbikes coming, but I wanna capture this scene over here. This is the stairs that I walked last night too, where the tribal sell their products and street food. Yeah, they may make it down here because I wanna capture the architecture down here that looks pretty gorgeous. So this is the street, this would take me straight to my hotel. And it looks like it's pedestrian, but cars and motorbikes, they be passing by over here. So just crazy. So like I said, I'm looking at the side streets, and I'm not sure if they're private or if I can walk around. I mean, if it's private, I don't know, there should be a sign that says it. So I'm just gonna show you like the street art. And you got this here, that's beautiful. Food body massage, seems like this is new. I don't know, not sure. Then they got like parking over that way. Yeah, the establishments are like empty in the first floor, so maybe they build this up. And then you got the street art right here. Look at the details of the window. Colonial architecture. Now I'm gonna shortcut for the other side because I don't think I walk through that side. That would take me to the main street again. You already see part of the main street that I showed you guys yesterday, but I want to show you the other side right now. And this is the other side, the new building that they pop up with some of the restaurants out here. So I think it does a detour to my left. Or maybe over here I can cut and make it to the main street. But let me see what's happening over this side. So it looks like it's pretty nice. This is what you got. You got the sidewalk over here that you can walk with the Vietnamese flags, and then the building architecture that's pretty nice. So yeah, I didn't walk this street yesterday, so since I'm out here, I'm gonna check it out right now. You can see behind me, it's actually gorgeous. Then over here too. And the Sapa station is on the other side, but yeah, this is what you get, like all the beautiful architecture right here, It's pretty nice, and I like how they did with the streets. So it seems like they're doing their best, because this is a really touristy area. out here in Vietnam. And if I go here, it would take me to the Sapa station where you take the streetcar all the way up deep in the mountains. This is like a restaurant right here. Beautiful building. Look at the streets, how steep they are, but the architecture is just gorgeous. And you see the flags. Gotta be careful not only with the motorbikes, the way how they drive, but I heard they have a reputation of, snapping things like phones, snatching it off. So gotta be careful because I got my camera with me filming, but still really nice out here to look. This is the busy street next to the station. I didn't even notice this out here. So they got like restaurants, food. A lot of things going on over here. So it's like you gotta keep an eye on every single street. And of course, a lot of people take a selfie with this building, but in the corner. So this side's a little bit busier than where I started my video because it's like the touristy area over here. This is the train station. I think my only no-no is that it has a Starbucks. As you know, I boycotted Starbucks, and there's tons of there's tons of coffee shops out here, way better than Starbucks. So you don't need that crap. But yeah, I can take a picture, show you behind me, and say I'm somewhere in Europe. This is actually the heart of Vietnam right here. So I was literally over here last night, and it was super jam-packed with people. So now I gotta make my way to the other park where the lake is, and I'll probably wrap up the video with that side. But you got a plaza over here. Not sure if they got something else happening tonight. Wow, this over here looks beautiful. I might make it over this side. Right here, see there's some stairs over there. Only no issue is crossing the streets out here in Vietnam. But I'll make it happen. Then I passed by this park last night, but then I went through the stairs, so it looks pretty nice. Not sure if it's like the tribal community over here. You can see the architecture and the decorations. This is the tree that I showed you last night. That it feels like it's a Christmas tree, but it's a plaza. They even have a museum over here and the stairs. So I'm gonna climb the stairs that would take me to the street, and then it should take me towards the park that has the lake right here. So there's another small city that blew my mind too, just like Hanoi. But yeah, guys, I think Vietnam is a country that you definitely need to have it in your bucket list. Too much things to see, beautiful architecture. The people are really accommodating and friendly. Great food, great coffee. It's a nice vibe over here. So there's stairs in the other street, but there's a gate, so it's closed. So I just got to turn back. But it's all good. Gonna make it towards the other park where the huge lake is to see how it looks like in the daytime. I'm gonna make it towards the other side. I was here last night. You can see how the vibes are. This is the nice, beautiful park ahead of me. Like I say, the nighttime is even nicer. If you missed my video, just check it out. The video previous ahead of this one, so you can see what does the downtown area looks like in the nighttime with all the lights. It's much more busier, I'll show you what's going on. They got a plaza over here, square, pretty chill today. Then when I go to the other side is where they got another massive park with a big lake. So and this is where I filmed last night, and even in the daytime this area is actually pretty busy. Maybe because they have a lot of tons of restaurants over there. Even I saw some parts where they were roasting a pig. So that's actually really cool. Reminds me back home in Puerto Rico and the Philippines where they roast pig too. So I think it's safe for me to cross over here. Then they got ATMs in the park too if you need to withdraw money, but I want to show you this beautiful architecture right here, the beautiful lake that we got going on. So look at this, you get this peaceful, beautiful lake with the mountains in the back. And then if I flip the camera over this way, you get the plaza. But in the nighttime, like I tell you, I promise you, it's even nicer because all of these lights over here, they lit up. It's pretty gorgeous, but yeah, so far I've enjoyed my time in this city. So I wasn't planning to film my lunch out here, but the worker was he got excited when he saw my microphone. It's a YouTuber asking, and he's like showing everybody that I have a channel. So now I'm gonna support the location and film, and we got a really nice spot over here. I'll show you the balcony where I'm sitting. This is my view over here. I'm gonna eat some food. It's mostly like a pasta joint, but I think they got burgers and stuff. Like I say, I stick a lot to Vietnamese food over here, but I'm craving something different than Vietnamese food, so it's good to eat something else. This is a nice restaurant on the inside too. Rice in the nighttime is gorgeous too, but let me see what the menu has and what I'm gonna get for food. So I went basic with carbonara pasta. It looks good. It has eggs, bacon in it, you know. Let me show you. A masterpiece. So let's see how does it taste over here in Vietnam. Do they do a good job? It's pasta. Let's try. It's pretty good, pretty creamy. I want to taste the bacon. It's really good. So gonna finish up my lunch out here and I'll catch you guys in a bit, exploring a little bit more of Sapa. So I came back and I'm gonna make my way towards Moana Sapa. I was looking at the Google reviews and it's a good place where you can get some views, you know, of the mountains and some nice stuff. I think it's 90,000 Vietnamese dong per head to get inside. And it includes a drink, a coffee or anything in the cafe. So I guess it gives you a receipt and you just show them what you want. So I'm gonna go there and see what can I find, you know, and then wrap up the video. Made it inside here and so far the views are breathtaking, and then you can get your coffee or drink and sit there and chill. But I'm gonna walk towards here to see what's going on. A lot of people and visitors are out here. So like I say, it was 90,000 Vietnamese dong. That's like, I think it's like $3, I think. I'm still a little confused with the conversion rate out here, but I think it's worth it because it's a nice view. They got a couple of attractions here for you to check out. Here's one sample, you get this. It's actually pretty nice. So this is what you get. Attractions, they got a piano, wow, even water, and then the view of Sapa over here, which is gorgeous. And they got the typical hand. I don't know if I'm gonna do that, but I'll see. And they got the mirror, and you can see, you get yourself a picture and pretend like you're floating up in the air. See? I'm out here in the mountains. Just look at this. I feel like a little kid now playing with the mountains and the views and everything. And of course the water right here, which is actually really nice. You know, I like doing stuff like this, especially when I travel to other countries. And I tell you, Vietnam is just being out of this world, you know, beautiful and a lot of things to do out here. And behind me, you see the resort, the hotel in the back, so it's actually really dope. They go down here, this is the traditional hand. They got them in other countries. I think they have them in Cebu, Philippines. Yeah, I just get chills looking at people going all the way up there. Wow. This one was actually a little bit safer than the hand. I don't know, let me see what's going on. Maybe it's a different vibe when you make it down that way. Wow, this is crazy to actually have more stairs that goes all the way down there. And there's actually houses over there, so I guess it's a village and people live there. I think the tribal community, and then you see it's kind of shaped like rice terrace. So I guess they live around there and they work in the farm and the production of rice. So yeah, I tell you, it's pretty impressive. Like, I don't think the video or the picture that I'm taking right now does justice to seeing this like in real life. It's just, wow, surreal. Like all the houses down there, and wow, that's intense. There's more happening over here. They even have like slides. This is just intense. Sliding in front of, oh, they got like a trampoline over there. So I guess, what, if somebody by accident they fall on the trampoline? Whew, gives me chills. People slide and then look at the trampoline. Oh boy, no, that's crazy. No, I would not do that. Look at this one. You gotta have some big balls to go all the way here and stand by that thing. But let me take a better view of the trampoline that's right there. Nah, I would not do this, man. Even if they pay me money, I'm not walking all the way there. I'm scared of heights, so. And this is me literally walking around the mountains. I wanted to walk here, but I just realized this is literally glass you see underneath. Kind of reminds me of the edge in New York City. So I try at least sitting in one of these things over here, but then when it was moving, I panic. So I think I need to do a diaper change now to see what's going on back here. But whew, imagine if you're falling on the trampoline, I don't know how you're gonna get all the way back up here, so that's crazy. I think this is gonna be a good time for me to wrap up this video out here in Sapa. It's been amazing. I'm heading back to Hanoi to explore other locations in the city. So I'm gonna wrap up the video over here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more. Be safe out there, everybody. God bless y'all, and peace.